We'll start by soaking our rice. You can do this a few hours before if you have time, and some people even do it overnight. I'm going to do it at the start. I have washed this rice twice in water until it runs clear, and now I will cover it completely with cold water and set it aside. The reason we soak rice is so that it absorbs moisture and it plumps up nicely when it's cooked. And if it's a long grain rice, it would be even longer. Next, we are going to make our lamb. So all you have to do is add the meat to a pressure cooker. No need to add the fat, as the meat already has some fat that's it's going to release while it cooks. I'll add spices to it. So I have cinnamon, cloves, cardamom, and a bay leaf. Next is half a teaspoon of black pepper, ground black pepper. Then I'll add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Now what we're going to do is cover it with about half a cup of water. Not too much, as the meat will also release juices while it cooks. So now we'll just cover this and let it cook for 3 to 4 whistles until the meat is nice and tender. I've let the pressure cooker cool down now and the pressure release, so we'll open it now. So the meat looks like it's done. It's nice and steamy. You can see it's released even more water after cooking, and you can see a bit of the fat floating on the top. Let's check on the meat now. Yep, that looks like it's completely done. We are going to drain the meat now and reserve the liquid for the sauce later. It's a tablespoon of oil in a pan. Then add in 1 onion. So I've used a white onion here that I've chopped finely. We are going to saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes until the onion is nicely translucent. Our onions are looking lovely now. Let's add in 1 green chili and some fresh thyme. So I've cut the chili lengthwise. The onion, you can see, has started to brown nicely, and that's okay, as it will give it a very nice flavor. Just be careful not to burn it. Okay, next we are going to add 1 big teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste to this, and we'll continue to saute for a few more seconds. Time to add in our tomatoes to this. So I'm using about 4 medium-sized tomatoes, and I've removed the seeds for this one, and I've chopped them nicely. So let's saute this together until it's all nicely mixed. The tomato is the ingredient that gives it a very nice color. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, you can feel free to use canned tomatoes as well. Now I'll add in the reserved stock from the lamb, from when we cook the lamb, to this. It's roughly about half a cup. Okay, so we'll let this simmer on low heat for about 10 minutes until the tomatoes are cooked. So it's been 10 minutes and tomatoes are almost cooked, and the gravy has started taking shape now. I will now add in my meat to the gravy. Next, I'll add in some spices. So I'm using the 1002 spices from Reishunger. Add a generous amount to it. I would say about 1 tablespoon. Of course, if you don't have it, then you can use your regular Daube spice. So just add it here, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. Now let's mix this so that everything binds together well. I am now going to reduce the heat to low, and we'll add in some more water, so again about half a cup. And we are going to cook this for about 15 minutes. So our lamb daube is now ready. The gravy has nicely simmered down. Smells amazing. Check this out. Let's make our rice now. So I've drained the water from the rice and I've placed it in a pan. I'm going to cover it with cold water. So completely cover it with cold water. And I'm going to cook this for about 15 minutes until the rice is done. Rice looks like it's cooked now. Let's have a look. Yep, it's done. So now I'm going to drain the water and set it aside to cool a little bit. So this is the cooked rice, looks lovely. Check this out. I'm going to add to this 1 tablespoon of finely chopped mint and a little bit more of the spice. So just drizzle some over. And now using a fork, you very lightly mix it in together. Okay, so rice is almost ready now. It's time for us to plate our lamb daube and mint rice. Here you go guys, and I hope you guys try out my recipe. Thank you.